Was a cowboy I knew in South Texas. His face was burned deep by the sun. Part history, part sage, part medicine. He was there when Pancho Villa was young. And he'd tell you a tale of the old days, when the country was wild all around. Sit out under the stars of the Milky Way. Listen as the coyotes howl. And they go. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Now the longhorns are gone, and the drovers are gone, the Comanches are gone, and the outlaws are gone, Geronimo's gone, and Sam Bass is gone, and the lion is gone, and the red wolf is gone. Well, he cursed all the roads and the old men, and he cursed the automobile. Said this is no place for an hombre like I am, in this new world of asphalt and steel. And he'd look off someplace in the distance at something only he could see. Say all that's left now, the old days, danged old coyotes and me. And they go. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Now the longhorns are gone, and the drovers are gone, the Comanches are gone, and the outlaws are gone, Geronimo's gone, and Sam Bass is gone, and the lion is gone, and the red wolf is gone. One morning they searched his adobe. He disappeared without even a word. But that night as the moon crossed the mountains, one more coyote was heard. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Ooh, yip, ooh. Thank you. Oh, one of the bad things about putting one of these deals on like this is I don't have any brain left, and I forgot to figure out what I was going to do while I was performing today. I'm going to make it up as I go, that's right. So, but first what I would like to do is thank all of our performers for coming out here, because I may not get a chance to do that again. All of these people here have volunteered their time and their talent to come down here. Do what? The check is in the mail, Casey. If you don't get it, say in the next 6 months, give me a holler, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, all of these people have come out here free of charge, except for Deborah, and I'm going to pay for the rest of my life. I can tell. But some of us have got CDs and tapes and books and stuff for sale, and if you can, if you would purchase one of those to help pay their expenses down here.
We need the gas money to get home.
Yeah, there you go. If you don't purchase some and get some gas money, these people are staying in your community. So,
That's scary.
yeah, you wouldn't know what happened until you have a bunch of cowboys move in, and to top it off, about half of them are musicians, so that'd make it worse. I'm going to do a poem here. I do a brand of poetry that I call Christian cowboy poetry. And I've been told a few places that that stuff is not really welcome around here, and I go ahead and do it anyway. I figure that if you can't stand up for what you believe in, you ain't much cowboy anyway. So I'm going to do this, and it was originally titled Cowboy's Prayer, and then I got to noticing that there's about 1,500 of them out there that are titled Cowboy's Prayer. So I changed it to a Cowboy's Request, and it goes something like this, if I can remember it. Now, I've heard the talk of golden streets and mansions on a hill, and for some, I guess that's heaven, but, well, God knows how I feel. See, me and my Christian friends are cowboys, and we'd never turn down God's grace, but cities of gold ain't what we look to. Now we run a little different race. See, we just want to serve the Lord and don't care much about money or jewels. We live life different than most, though we still follow God's rules. So when I think of heaven, my picture's quite different at best. Because God knows us cowboys, we don't think like all the rest. So here's a list of things that in heaven I'd like to see, but if I'm closer to Jesus, well, that's all that really matters to me. But if it's not too much trouble, a couple of good bucking pins for Tommy and Justin and Dustin and all of my bull riding friends. Some wide open prairies with grass boat top tall, with cattle to tend and calves to brand each fall. I'd sure like to see some good horses with Hancock in their veins, the kind that'll stay with you when you work all day on the range. Now I can't wait to ride up in heaven to make the first gather that fall. With all of my friends and no fences to mend, I tell you, we'll have a ball. Thank you. Is that clapping so I'll get off the stage, Deborah? Or...
Oh, no, honey, I admire you and love your work.
Can anybody hear what she's saying? We're all in trouble. I got to tell you a little story about her. I gave her a hard time last year about sending a promotional packet. A lot of these cowboy poetry gatherings and stuff, the ones that pay, you have to send them a packet of your material, and so she sent me one that had some of the best poems in it that you have ever heard in your life. I think her cat wrote them. I'm not real sure. But they were an improvement over some of them that was on her last CD, so... I know I'm going to pay for it, but I had to say it anyway. Speaking of Deborah, this is the song that I started last spring, and it's still not finished, but I figured you'd want to hear it. She gave me about 1,500 ideas for this song, and I threw all of them out but one. And the line works really well if I can remember it. Anyway, it's called Leatherbound Hero. He was a cowboy all of his life, and he could remember the days that ride. He was 13 years old when he took his first job, wrangling for good night on a long dusty drive. And he rode into history, though few knew his name. A leather-bound hero, not looking for fame. He lived past his time land that's grown tame. He saddled his pony and rides the range. He lived in the days of the land beneath the stars and into the age of fences and cars. Though cowboy and changed, he tried to hold on to the old days and old ways he knew would soon be gone. Then he rode into history, though few knew his name. A leather-bound hero, not looking for fame. He lived in the days before the land grew tame. He saddles his pony another day on the range. He told me one time that he didn't belong in land with no freedom. How did all go so wrong? With asphalt and fences, they cut up the range and brought away a life that to him was so strange. Then he rode into history, though few knew his name. A leather-bound hero, not looking for fame. He lived past his time, the land it has been tamed. When saddled his pony, it's the end of the game. Thank you. What do you think, Deborah? Need some work. You ain't getting any royalties off of it. Not that it would ever sell,
Talk
but
to Daddy's lawyer about it.
oh, that's scary. She's from Eastern Oklahoma. She's got some of them good lawyers. How much time have I got left? I lost all.
All you want, your fault.
Well, I don't want to cheat anybody. Besides, who's I don't remember who's next, but anyway. Oh, let's see. Okay, well, I spent a lot of time in my younger days working on ranches. I see you. And is that as loud out there as it is up here? Anyway, I had the pleasure of working on some ranches in Nebraska and in Oklahoma and really enjoyed it, but you'll starve to death doing that kind of stuff, especially trying to raise a family. So I don't do it anymore, but the last ranch that I was on full time, or excuse me, the second to last ranch I was on full time, I kind of left in a hurry because me and that old boy didn't agree on the way that people should work cattle. I think it ought to be done as much horseback as possible, and he didn't even want a horse on the place if he could help it. So I didn't stick around very long. And like I said, we disagreed on how to work cattle, which is probably why he owned the place and I was working for him. But so I wrote this little poem called Mechanized Ranches, which says that cowboying's a thing of the past and that modern techniques are just as fast. Less stress on the cattler, that's what he thought, but well, I don't see a squeeze chute as an easy way to get caught. He's moved 100 head a mile or even more just to doctor one calf that was getting poor. I tried to explain that a rope was so much fitter I could slip in, rope him easy like and doctor that poor critter. No, it's too much stress. We'll take him to the pen. So we point him for a squeeze chute and push them all in. Now, some of this modern stuff has surely raised a fuss, and a lot of it has helped a lot of us. See, Ivermectin was sent from God, of this I have no doubt, and any cowman will agree that it's helped to win the bout. And though they teach in ag the use of these mechanical racks, they never will replace the cowboy, his rope, or his cap. Thank you. I'm going to do one short poem, and then I'm going to get out here and we'll do that. Okay, I'm going to finish with a poem. This poem was published in a book called The Big Roundup, and there's several people here that have poems in that book. It's a real good book. We've got some of them for sale over here under this tent. Several of the performers here have poems in there, so you can get them signed if you buy one. This poem is called How Long Will the Cowboy Last? And it's the last track on my CD. And it was the first one that I had published, so it goes like this here. Who will I be 10,000 years from now if someone digs up what's left of what I am now? Will they think I'm a soldier or a fighter of some kind from the scars of the broken bones I'll leave behind? Yeah, I know it. I cannot like me. Tim, be quiet. I don't even know where he's at, and I can hear you. Yeah. How long was the cowboy last? I've never forgot this line on this poem before, and I cannot remember. I know. For those of y'all that don't know it, this is my wife. She had to sit and listen to me practice all this stuff. Let me start over. Who will I be 10,000 years from now if someone digs up what's left of what I am now? Will they think I'm a soldier or a fighter of some kind from the scars of the broken bones I'll leave behind? I forgot it again. Will they know who spent a lifetime on the range? Will they know what a cowboy is as this world do so much change? I guess it don't matter, for I know what I am today, but will my descendants know what a cowboy is in their day? So when I die, just place me in the ground. Don't worry about flowers or friends gathered around. Just wrap me in a blanket with spurs on my booted feet, a book by Will James and my rope rolled up neat. Send me to meet the Lord with the tools of my trade. I sure hope I'll need them in the heaven he's made. And if this world lasts long enough and the cowboy way is lost, maybe if they dig me up, they'll remember just what progress cost. Thank you. That's what happens when you get married. Eventually your wife is going to show you up at what you are supposed to be best at. So